you can see we also used it for the future 2015 version of Hill Valley. It was all shot out here. These movies have become modern classics. Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson. And Back to the Future, by the way, is celebrating 40 years this year. So it came out in 1985. So awesome look there at our courthouse square. But we're going to go from small town to downtown. On the right and left, you can see a little bit of New York Street. Our theater marquee here on the right used for Taylor Swift's Wildest Dreams music video. This whole area used for two of our Purge movies, The Purge Anarchy, The Forever Purge. Also, of course, Marvel's filmed quite a bit out here. Things like Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. Before that, Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. The scene where he runs into a burning building was done near the Metro sets. They actually did burn down the building. They set it for fire, so they actually did a real fire and all of that scene. Great behind-the-scenes video on YouTube about that. They also turned this all into the 1940s in Captain America: The First Avenger. This area was used in Fate of the Furious, as well as Hobbs and Shaw, where it all became London for a big motorcycle chase scene. The little courtyard here to our right, currently playing San Francisco in the Netflix show Man on the Inside with Ted Danson. And we've been filming a lot of Suits LA out here recently. This is actually playing New York City for them on camera.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. I once got mugged over there.
Who's winning their fight? So that's how it's going to be.
Monday and Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
We love it. We bring in a live studio audience for almost every episode of The Boys. Heading past Park Lake, a little body of water here to your left that we've had as a filming location for decades. You'll see in one of our old monster movies, Creature from the Black Lagoon. This one came out a little over 70 years ago. That lake also used for episodes of CSI, The Good Place, Desperate Housewives. One of my favorite zombie remakes, Dawn of the Dead, with Sarah Polley. The very last scene was filmed out there. But here's the thing. We have been making monster movies here at Universal for a little over 100 years. They are the genre we are most known for. And it started really with Frankenstein and Dracula. Those ones came out in 1931. Now, we had some monster movies come out before that, Phantom of the Opera and Hunchback of Notre Dame, but these two movies, they really kicked it off for us. Frankenstein especially spawned many sequels. Son, Bride, House, all of those sequels are why a lot of people call Frankenstein one of the first franchises ever. Now we still have a little bit of cobblestone left here on the lot. You can see Little Europe all around you. This all played Genovia, Disney's Prison Demons with Tom Hanks. And for 4 years, this was all the afterlife in our show, The Good Place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
Items as well. We don't want to lose anything in here. We're moving in the bottom level of what is a 2-level soundstage. So this bottom level, set up to look like a subway station. Above us, we have a street level with buildings, office buildings like picture cars and everything. Right now we're decorating it to be San Francisco, but we can change that to look anywhere in the world. And we are setting up for a bit of a little camera test, which just means we're going to make sure everything is good to go before we start filming. So remain seated and hold on. had that on the tour since 1989. It's a little over 30.
There he is.
Okay. Oh, you can see some lightning back there. Alright. I don't know. I mean, it seems clear, but we may see a little rain while we're here. Okay, very concentrated storm system. Concentrated right where our sprinklers are located. So we're doing a little demo of rain effects. So when we do rain scenes, I've gotten to be in some of these. They're fun until take 2. It's not so fun. But we try and keep the crew and the camera and the director dry, which is where we're sitting. We're just aiming the shot out to the bridge or the well or the huge building there. So you just have to have water falling in front of the camera. It does not have to be everywhere. Now let's say we widen the shot out and we're going to bring in something from the hill. Our flash flood is coming in. Watch out. Also stood in that flood in her music video Judas.
Janet Jackson.
The ground first. Mine was taller.
Little cowboy logic there with Kirk Douglas and John Wayne. So, yeah, things like the Virginian and Wagon Train, Winchester 73, My Little Chickadee, all filmed out here, 40s, 50s, 60s. So this is what it looks like when we dress it for filming. We obviously have to play a nice period look. It was used in Seabiscuit as the 1930s. And it was the early 1900s Australia in a Disney movie called Saving Mr. Banks. It was about the making of Mary Poppins. Also, Steven Spielberg has worked out here a couple times, both on the original Color Purple with Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah Winfrey, and he came back for the movie Amistad. Back
Shark.
talk picture cars. We got some pretty cool ones on all sides of you here. Picture cars are any car we use on the screen.
Right.
Things from the Flintstones, Fast and Furious, Transformers, Back to the Future 2, American Graffiti, Magnum PI. I mean, we got some just gorgeous examples of how picture cars help define time period and location. They can become their own characters. We got a Duesenberg here from The Mummy and The Mummy Returns on your right side. They can also help create a tone on screen, right? Especially if you want a creepy tone, you're gonna bring one of the cars out in front of the Bates Motel from Psycho. Psycho came out in 1960, starring Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
And of course, Janet Leigh as Marion Crane. We are on Janet Leigh Drive right now. Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, filmed mostly here at Universal. It is considered one of the best movies of all time. Till 1959 for the 1960 film. Mother still in the upper story left window, watching over all of us. Nothing inside the house. It was an exterior set only, so we didn't build the inside. In fact, we added the last 2 walls a couple years after the movie came out. And behind the Psycho house, you have quite the location. This plane crash set. World, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Tom Cruise, Dakota Fanning, and Justin Chapman.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision.
Once again, to sit down and talk about war, what if the same place everything right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't feel.
You don't do it. I can't do it. Keep pressing me. Listen, listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Now closed. Robbie, get in. Get in.
A little look at the scene there from the movie. It took them months to get the plane here. They had to truck each piece here on flatbeds from the desert. They bought it from an airplane kind of graveyard out there. And then they built the neighborhood around the plane. Filmed here for a few weeks. Gave us the set for the studio tour. We still let people film on it. Ariana Grande used it for her short film Brighter Days Ahead most recently. I'll let you know we're about 10 minutes away from the end of the tour. We'll be returning you to the theme park shortly. Once again, Jordan Peele film Nope. Here to guide us through it, it's Academy Award winner Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky G. Over there, look into the winking room and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? What? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, old rush frontier town lies a simple secret. Welcome to the world of no.
On your right is Falls Lake. So Falls Lake has a big blue wall as the backdrop. You might be able to see that pretty clearly. It's in front of you there. And then we have a pool in front of it we can fill with water. This often plays the ocean on screen. In fact, the backdrop was built in the 80s for Jaws the Revenge. Back then we would have painted clouds on it. Nowadays we use it as a digital kind of blue screen or green screen, depending. And then we'll replace it digitally and with anything we want, environment-wise. You can see some cool examples here of what was filmed out there. Also things like Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Top Gun Maverick did a scene with a jet out there, Tom Cruise. We've done things like Inception and Dunkirk, as well as music videos for Beyonce or for Nation music video shot out there. You can see a good example of how it all comes together. This was through May 18th. We have some really cool genres, sci-fi, fantasy, gaming, anime, all sorts of stuff. Star Trek, Dungeons and Dragons, Back to the Future, One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen. We also have Yoshi at Super Nintendo World, and Elphaba and Glinda, and all sorts of fun characters.